Today we're comparing Jobber versus Housecall Pro head-to-head for plumbing businesses. It's summer 2025 and you're dealing with everything from emergency leak calls to scheduled installs and preventative maintenance. You need software that can dispatch plumbers fast, track jobs and inventory, manage recurring service plans, and still deliver a polished customer experience. The goal is to keep your operations flowing smoothly while giving clients peace of mind. So let's break down the features that matter most for plumbing businesses and see which software is the better fit. All right, so first off, I want to talk about a couple important integrations with Housecall Pro, the first being Profit Rhino. So this is a great way to add in flat rate pricing for your business automatically into Housecall Pro. Profit Rhino has pre-built price books for various trades, including the plumbing trade. So you can literally integrate with Profit Rhino and just get all this pricing data imported into Housecall Pro. Just streamlines your quoting process right from the get-go. It is an add-on feature, so you'll have to pay an additional fee in addition to your Housecall Pro fee. But if you value speed and just getting up and running quickly and just saving yourself so much time pricing jobs. In addition, another great Housecall Pro integration regarding pricing is Reese. So Reese is a leading distributor of plumbing products, and they can provide a lot of pricing information on materials for the plumbing trade. You can even upload your own materials that you've purchased recently, so then that can be brought into Housecall Pro. They receive monthly updates on pricing, so you know that like all of your prices are up to date and you're maximizing your profits. So continuing on the thread of pricing, I just kind of want to walk through each software and their price book. So we'll start with Jobber. So to find your products and services in Jobber, you go over to this gear icon and then go down to products and services. So this is where all of your labor and material items are entered. If you have your services and materials in a CSV file, you can import them here. You can also export them after you've added various things if you're transitioning software or whatnot. But yeah, you just add items here, add various details, name, description, costs. You can upload an image, and then you can make these available for online booking as well. So it's just an easy, kind of straightforward, clean screen to manage all of your products and services. And then of course, as you're building a quote, you can populate these in here easily to streamline your quoting process. So if we go over now to Housecall Pro, Housecall Pro has kind of a more robust price book feature. You can create a lot of like nesting, a lot of different categories and services. So you start off by creating your industry, and then you can create various categories within that industry and then add all of your services, and then you can kind of reorder things. So they have more of like a built out price book in the system to manage it and organize it a little bit better. Again, you can also import and export your services, add your tax rates, labor rates, and this can all be tied into the job costing features with each software so that you can get accurate reporting, make sure that your profit margins are good. Feature that Housecall Pro has that Jobber does not is this service price adjuster. So for all of your services in Housecall Pro, you can bulk increase or decrease them. You can choose which services you like or do them all. You can round to the nearest dollar. So like if you need to increase your prices year over year, you can easily do that in Housecall Pro versus Jobber, where you'd have to do it manually for each service, or if you have a separate Excel file, you'd update them there and then have to re-import it. So Housecall Pro, from that standpoint, makes it a lot easier to increase your profitability year over year through increasing the prices of your services in bulk. Another feature that both tools have, which is great if you often have large ticket projects, is to offer consumer financing for your clients. So each software partners with Wisetack to offer consumer financing. So that's just a great way to kind of retain your customers, offer them some financing, increase your bottom line as well. If you're interested in any one of these pieces of software, if you've already kind of thought that one over the other would serve your business best, check the link in the description. I have a 14-day free trial for either one. If you use my link, it helps me, gives me a little bit of commission, and helps the channel. Now, both have good features for presenting options to clients. First, we'll take a look at Jobber. If we go up and create a new quote, this is what I just did here. This is kind of what we're presented with. Now, you can add images and enter various options so that customers can see, kind of get a visual feel for the product and service. You can add some additional details here. So at the top, we can enter an introduction basically. So you can enter your project summary, your scope of work, and then go line by line, adding options. So again, we can add photo of the service, and this really helps customers get a feel for it and understand what it is that you're trying to sell to them, especially if they can identify what's in the picture. It just helps them kind of get an idea on what you're selling. And this connects to your price book in Jobber as well, so you can quickly populate various services. You can also add attachments for additional documentation, and you can also, which is nice too, you can kind of set up reviews for the quote so that customers can get trust building social proof from your business and the services that you provide. You can create a client message, and then you can have some internal notes as well, which is always important. So when you're building this out, you can also change what the customer sees. Now with Jobber, if you want to enhance your sales proposals and quotes, you can integrate with ResponsiBid. You can also integrate this with Housecall Pro as well, but if you want to present multiple packages and proposals, you can integrate with ResponsiBid. Also, when creating a quote in Jobber, you can also build templates. So that way, that really just streamlines your quoting process. All right, and then moving over to Housecall Pro. So Housecall Pro really has a lot of built-in features to make the sale and increase your win rate for jobs. You can present multiple options to customers in the field using the sales proposal tool. So, if you work on an iPad or even just your mobile phone, you can present multiple options, and you can add images and descriptions like a good, better, best, or a bronze, silver, or gold plan, so that customers can kind of get a feel for which option might suit their needs best. And I think a lot of companies find this feature specifically useful so that they can walk through different options with clients in the field and make an upsell. Housecall Pro also allows you to create estimate templates. So if we go over to our price book, estimate templates, again, you can build templates, and Housecall Pro just has some more features to be able to kind of organize and categorize your templates, and you can add photos, and really kind of helps you streamline your quoting process. Both tools allow you to create recurring jobs and have multiple appointments for a job. With Jobber, I really like the ability to kind of quickly choose a category for the job, either a one-off job or a recurring job. So like immediately when you create a new job, you're kind of presented with that. So it's just very streamlined and easy to set up a recurring job. So if you choose a recurring job in Jobber, you can set up invoicing to be done per visit. You can bill the billable hours for each visit and get paid when you completed the job for that day. Or you can set up as a fixed price, say $300 a month, and you can choose when the invoice is sent. And then also, which is nice, you can toggle this on if a client has a payment method set up, then their card will be automatically charged. So that's just a great way to streamline the process of these recurring jobs and then getting paid. Jobber does have a progress invoicing feature currently in the Jobber Labs, which is like kind of their testing ground for new features. But this allows you to break a job into multiple invoices so you can get paid incrementally as the job is going on and different stages of work are completed. So you'll have to, again, set that up through Jobber Labs. But if you're interested in that, you can start doing that if you have kind of complex installations or multi-day projects where you need to invoice incrementally. And Housecall Pro also allows you to set up recurring jobs by creating a new job and clicking on the job card in the schedule. This can also be done in the mobile app, but you go down here and you can set it to recur based on these settings, and even you can customize it as well. And for Housecall Pro, jobs that take multiple visits are called appointments, and you can set those up on the mobile app and desktop, and in Jobber they're called visits. Housecall Pro also offers progress invoicing, and you have to set this up by going to this gear icon, going down to invoices, and turning progressive invoicing on. So then from there, if you create a new job, you click this invoice and go up here to this pencil icon, and then you can adjust details and send it off. Now, you can also edit past invoice details, like if you forgot to include something, you can edit those as well. And then on mobile, if you click the invoice icon, you can get a list of all of the invoices already created for a job. So that's handy for your technicians to see, and then to just kind of have a record in the field of all the invoices that have been sent. So comparing both the progressive invoicing features for Housecall Pro and Jobber, Jobber is really made to streamline processes, just like hit the ground running from day one, and it's very easy and user-friendly. I find that Housecall Pro can be a little complicated sometimes in navigating various aspects of it. Both features work really great from a user experience standpoint. I like this field down here within the quote to be able to set up your invoicing settings quickly. So you kind of set the invoicing parameters early on from the start during your quoting process versus Housecall Pro, where you have to create a job first and then set the payment schedule. Another feature that's critical for plumbing businesses is the ability to capture data in the field through checklists or forms, and both tools do that really well. So you can build custom forms and then attach those to the job automatically. You can toggle this checkbox on for each. You can also make specific fields mandatory so that your plumbers in the field have to fill them out before closing the job. So you have a lot of functionality here. You can change the type, you can upload images. I like this setting in Housecall Pro, the pass, flag, or fail. You can make that required. You can add single select, checkbox, and you can do just about the same in Jobber. I think Housecall Pro has a couple more options with that pass fail flag, which might be handy specifically for plumbing businesses if you're evaluating plumbing equipment like a water heater or a sump pump. So I think this specific feature, both tools do that really well. So just quickly looking at the job screen for each tool, checklists are on the left here, and in Jobber they're down here in this field. Also, something to note with Jobber, you can add a custom field, which I think is really handy to have. So if you need to add like a permit number or something like that, then you can enter that here. In this section, Jobber kind of wins out for adding various details and collecting details on the job, specifically for the plumbing trade. So another feature that is huge for plumbing businesses that Housecall Pro does particularly well is offering service plans. So in order to access that, you go up to the App Store, click on Service Plans. Now this is an add-on feature, but I think that a lot of plumbing businesses would find this especially valuable. You can even get pre-built templates for various types of service plans. So, we have an example here, servicing a water heater a couple of times a year. You can set up how many total visits or continue it until it's canceled. The price, obviously, and you can set up any discounts on it. You can edit it here. But what's also nice too is that from a client communication standpoint, you can send scheduling reminders to your clients as well as renewal reminders so that your clients stay in the know. The Jobber equivalent of setting up service plans would be to, in the job screen, create a recurring job and set the schedule to however you need and adapt it that way. So the last thing I want to cover today is GPS tracking and vehicle monitoring across both pieces of software. Now both have integrations with Force Fleet tracking. Force Fleet tracking, that integration provides you with some hardware that you can install in your vehicles to get real-time updates on diagnostics, like battery health, fuel. It plugs into the OBD2 port on your vehicle to be able to access that diagnostic data. You can also get dual-facing dash cams just to monitor your techs in the field and other drivers on the road in case there are any accidents while out in the field. You get real-time GPS tracking to see where your vehicles are so that you can monitor them throughout the day. You can send a live map view to customers when technicians click on the way, so customers can see the real-time location of the technicians on the way to their house. Also, I really like Jobber's route optimization feature. On the desktop version, if you have jobs that don't have a fixed start time, they're scheduled for any time throughout the day, you can set up route optimization with little arrows showing you where to go, what the best route is to take to go from job to job to job. So I think managing your techs in the field from a visual standpoint, that can be really handy. Hopefully that gave you a good overview between these two tools and helped you decide on which tool would suit your needs best. If you currently use either tool, I'd love to know what you think of it, what features you think are missing. If I missed any features that I covered today, let me know in the comments below. I wanted to mention again, if you're interested in signing up for either one of these pieces of software, I have 2 links down in the description so you can get a 14-day free trial to test the software out for yourself. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.